Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a paid request from Edward. Thank you so much for that. For those, if you're intrigued to send any type of paid request, whether it be a review, a re-review, a topic, video game playthrough, or let's try, reaction, commentary, what have you, PayPal is usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, Edward wanted me to talk about South Park Season 20, Episodes 9 and 10, which is the finale of the season, which is without a doubt the absolute worst season of South Park I have ever seen in my life. The worst season. Thanks to Edward, I watched a good chunk of them. This is easily the worst. Yes, I went into it before about how in this season it's one of those times they're doing a continuous story instead of just sort of one and done episodes. And throughout it, it's the election between Hillary and Donald, and they thought one was going to win, but really the other won. And you could talk about how that changed things. But not only did it change things, it did it severely to the point of, I don't know if I could put all the blame on that, or it's like they gave up on the season. It's like they gave up on the season. It was a total wash for them, and then they just kind of wrote whatever came out of their thought bubbles, put it pen to paper, and let it rip, and there you go. End of the season. Because episodes 9 and 10, all that happens is Carbon and Heidi are with the SpaceX program. A lot of other people want to go to Mars. Butters is there, and for some reason he has changed his mind, and for some reason is now gun-ho with them. And then for some reason now wants to warn Cartman and be good to him, saying, be careful of Heidi. A lot of women will turn and screw you over. And with very little provocation, Cartman just trusts Heidi less and less, while Heidi's trying to figure out this problem to make this thing work for this bigger predicament. Meanwhile, Gerald, Kyle's dad, he's tied up. He's tied up some more. Kyle and his little brother Ike find out that the dad did it. And of course, they're miffed about it. Their mom blames them and she doesn't know her husband Gerald had anything to do with it. You find out that the CEO of this tracing program in Denmark, he's really the ultimate troll. And he wants to start World War III for a whole troll gag. He even takes his employers and rickrolls them. So we have an appearance by Mr. Ashby. Or I always get his last name wrong. Ashley Ashby. I'm bad with names. Bear with me. They'll go give you up. They'll go let you go. So that by episode 10, Kyle gets all the kids to do all these troll things, and they don't even know what the reason for, but they just trust Kyle. You have a quick appearance by Stan. You even have a quick appearance by Kenny, who had disappeared for pretty much most of the season. He might have been in one episode when Butters was in school with his dinoline out, and Kenny might have been in the background. Maybe he was there. But that's as little as Kenny had to do this. Stan didn't have much else to do. But Cartman convinces others in the SpaceX program to not go to Mars, because if we go there, then we're going to get controlled by the women. So he's able to, one lead to another, screw up that program. So then, again, they figure this problem where they use the power of that to help the government, led by wannabe Donald, wannabe Orange Man, while Kyle and his crew are typing all this stuff that's making the machine overheat, overload, and the final straw is Gerald has to go. And they have this kind of Star Wars type of reference where they're on a walkway and he's got to get to this one thing here and hit the button and blah blah blah. Although it reminded me more of Spaceballs than Star Wars. I was ready for someone to go, my Schwartz is bigger than yours. And so they shut the thing down and the internet is erased. Gerald gets no consequence for his actions. And then the internet starts up and this old guy's interviewed as he sends like the first email, and it's his first message to someone is making fun of them. So you sit there and you at the end of this season you go, what was the point of this season? That was it? That's where it was leading up to? Obviously no. Because just when you look at these 2 episodes, which I did not like at all, I didn't find anything funny, I didn't find anything entertaining. The story went in the toilet, which you could say more so because it's supposed to be not just a one and done singular story, but a continuous full season, 10 episode story. When I look back, I go, okay, Stan had nothing to do in this whole season. Randy, did you forget Randy, Stan's dad? Who in the early part of the season seemed to be a bit more adamant on the plot with the member berries, and he's got to warn the teacher that's trying to be the president, and this is not really what you want to do, and there's these member berries. He disappeared. Randy just disappeared. He's not in any of these 2 episodes. I don't even know if he was in the previous one. So Stan had nothing to do. Randy disappeared. Remember when Bill Clinton, like 2-3 episodes ago, watch out for Hillary? For what? She didn't do anything. You never saw her again. Hillary sends Gerald to Denmark, and then you never hear of her again. You never see her again. They never mention her again. So what was Bill Clinton talking about? What was he hinting about? What was he bringing up? Oh, that's probably something that they wrote, and then, well, things changed, so, well, we like this guy, so we'll put it in there, but we have no way to finish it. So, sorry. Just because. The teacher that becomes wannabe Donald, wannabe Orange Man. For some reason now he's aggro, and now he didn't want to be president, and you shouldn't vote for me, but now when he's president, he's the total opposite. Butters, for some reason, has changed his tune where he's very much against them, and now he's there with them and trying to be supportive, and let alone being supportive for Cartman. You think Cartman would be the last person Butters would try to help? Considering Cartman tried to kill you on the border of Mexico at one point. Like, why would you want to help Cartman? Just because. Oh, the member berries. Remember how first they were going to do this, then they were controlling people, and then they were in people's bodies, and then they went to the White House, and they're partying in the White House, and it's like some of them trying to be like the Godfather. There are nothing with the member berries in these 2 episodes. So what was the point of bringing all that stuff up of the member berries? And you remember this, you remember that. Apparently you didn't remember the member berries. You didn't remember the berries. You didn't remember that because they're not in any of these 2 episodes. Why were they at the White House? How come no one noticed them at the White House? How come no one tried to stop it at the White House? Why do you set up Bill Clinton about how terrifying Hillary is? Why do you set up the member? Like, all this stuff is set up and there's no payoff. None. Kenny was almost non-existent. Cartman, he's so gung-ho about Heidi and so gung-ho about being in love with her, but he just very easily swayed. And then by the end of it, where we're at, Cartman once again, I would call him an anti-social. He's not really gung-ho about Heidi. Gerald faces no consequences. Erase the internet, but by the next time, everything's going to be fine. Stan does nothing. Randy disappeared. And I can't even think of any jokes or any humor that I laughed at. The walkway to get to the lever. It was trying to be, I guess, more story of trying to wrap everything up in a super fast pace. Where, again, you're sitting there going, well, where did that come from? And where did those characters go? And what happened to that plot point? And that's more what you'll be thinking during all this. What happened to this? What happened to that? What happened to that? Because they changed things after the fact. They changed things after the fact. That's what happened. Sorry, I decided to put a little bit of light on the computer so it's not too as dark. And that's what happened. So it's just a terrible story. It's just terrible writing. And if that's the case, then I would rather them go back to just one and done episodes, where they can change things off the fly. And the experiment has failed. If the experiment was to see if you could do a continuous story throughout the whole season, the experiment failed. And this is a harsh reality of this season. Like I said, if people like this season, that's fine. This is without a doubt the worst. I could curse and curse and curse some more, but I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, they're only 20-some minute episodes. I've seen much, much worse stuff. I've seen bad movies that were 2 hours long, 2.5 hours long. So it's 20 minutes long. You know. Once in a while there's an episode here and there that was alright or fine throughout the season, but and then you're sitting there and you're going, this is what was... No, this was not what it was leading up to. You could clearly tell what it was going to lead up to. I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure it was going to involve the member berries. I'm pretty sure it was going to involve more of Hillary. I'm sure it was going to involve more of all this other attributes, other characters. But yeah, this was just bad. This was bad. This was bad. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.